And hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we are back inside of Minecraft, and we're in a 100 levels parkour map made by those fine gentlemen that were over there before I got teleported. Now, it's simple enough. Green's an easy level, yellow's a medium level, red's a difficult level, so you can apparently get a feel just based off of what concrete color it is, how difficult the level is going to be. I'm making mistakes early. That seems to be pretty typical. That was a weird fall. Pretty typical of how I seem to do parkour. Okay, let's not have another weird fall. Boom. Okay. Weird setup so far. It's going pretty quickly, you know, but obviously we're still in the easy section. I expect that it'll get harder as we go. I'm playing a lot of these like minimalistic large maps lately, which I'm kind of liking. Like the fancy maps, like the Minecraft Parkour bow biomes or whatever map. Like that was a ton of fun. It was a nice relaxing break from more difficult parkour and stuff, but like kind of this theme with larger maps, I feel like is... Oh, I know why I slipped off that weird one. Auto jump is still on because I was in 1.8. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, where was my thought process? Yeah, like these sort of maps are nice to, you know, focus on my actual parkour skills and stuff like that rather than just hanging out and relaxing. So from that standpoint, I definitely like them. I'm at a weird point right now because like I have 3 things that I'm trying pretty heavily to get better at. Minecraft Parkour, Minecraft PvP, and also Siege. So like I'm in a situation where, you know, like I'm worried that I'll stretch myself thin here if I, you know, like for example, I have a lot of stuff coming up this month. Like as I'm a bit busier, that I'll be stretched a bit thin, but who knows. And now we are into the supposedly slightly harder section. I don't get what's harder about it so far. Ah, here we go. Here's what's supposed to be harder. Just a quick roundabout. So far, medium definitely, like, I don't know, I guess describes these jumps pretty well. They're, I don't know, they're like, I feel like medium difficulty doesn't describe them properly. It's more like jumps that you have to know what you're doing. So like somebody that doesn't have knowledge on the sort of jumps would find it more difficult, but anybody that knows what they're doing finds them easier. Like it's a bit of a weird situation. Although the fence and wall jumps are definitely more difficult stuff. Like, I don't know. I hate wall jumps. I don't know why. I really shouldn't, but there's something about them that just bothers me. Another simple roundabout. Okay. There's an actually semi-difficult jump. 3 over, 1 up. Yeah, now that's the sort of thing that 100% belongs in this sort of section. Like kind of the normal but not hard jet. Hard, you're going to have a lot of 4-block jumps, glass panes. Frankly, I feel like iron bars almost belong more in the hard section. But that might just be personal preference. I hate iron bar jumps. I don't know. I still don't know what else is going to be in the hard section. There might be like double neos and stuff like that. I feel like since I've learned how to do them, I've seen double neos everywhere since then. Oh. Like, I learned how to do them, and all of a sudden, everybody that made maps anywhere was like, oh my goodness, Mitch knows how to do it. Guys, quickly, put him in the maps. Okay, not really, but still. It's kind of funny. Okay. Maybe one day I'll be famous enough that somebody will make a map just for me. You know what, for the moment, that's my goal. Get popular enough that somebody will make a Minecraft map for me. Sounds really self-centered. But still, I'm saying that's my current goal. Ah, glass pane jumps. I hate it. I hate every second of it. I'd understand putting, like, head jumps in normal, but I still feel like glass panes are one of the more difficult types of jumps. Once again, might just legitimately be personal preference. Wait, what? You have to... Oh, yeah. I always forget, this isn't 1.8 parkour. Oh, I just didn't even jump. Interesting. Already a jump that I find difficult. I mean, it actually makes sense. Whew, there we go. Not super difficult, but just kind of obnoxious. Okay, creeper heads. Aw, man. Yeah, head jumps. So what are they saving for hard then? That honestly terrifies me of what's going to be in the hard section. Because we've already bumped into a lot of stuff that I would classify as hard jumps. So the fact that we're only in the normal section kind of scares me. I don't know. I'm guessing we'll find out for too much longer. Actually not. It looks like there's a lot of yellow ahead. This is probably going... I'm guessing a majority of the map is located in yellow territory. I would like kind of a top-down view that you could use as reference. Man, actually not. Go back to the start. Just follow the right wall. Play it smart. I don't know what's up with the tendency to put mazes in parkour maps. Like, when it's a bit more of an adventure parkour map, I get it. But, like, in these more minimalistic parkour maps, the insistence to put mazes in them is... I feel like these sort of stair jumps could have even been an easy. I also feel like I'm probably being a bit, like, overly... This could have been an easy, this could have been in hard, etc. Like, probably just let it be. Like, the thing about it is my judgment of difficulty level is going to be different from that of other people. So. Like, everybody views different stuff, different difficulty levels. And that's partially because everybody's in a different place when it comes to skill level. Like, there's a lot of things that I consider really difficult that there'd be plenty of people that would look at me and go, seriously? That is, like, an insanely easy jump. And there's also a lot of jumps that I find easy that other people will look at me and go, what are you on, bro? That's a difficult jump. So, I don't know. It just depends. And the other thing to consider is this is a large map. So, like, you know, it makes sense that as they're, like, you kind of want X number of medium difficulty maps that they'd end up putting themselves in a spot where they're putting some borderline stuff on one difficulty just because they prefer it there. Also, assuming it was built from front to back and they wanted it to be ordered easy, difficult, hard, or easy, normal, hard, then it would make sense that there'd be some stuff in the normal section that in hindsight they might have put in the hard section, but they'd already built it for the normal section. My word, what is up with this jump? There we go. That jump was giving me some serious trouble. Okay, here we go. Another quick roundabout. I definitely feel like the Neos belong in the normal section. Like, out of all the things here that, you know, I can judge one way or another, I feel like Neos are the epitome of, like, normal difficulty. Because, like, they're not difficult, per se, but they do require some thought and to complete. You can't just kind of run along with them in a hurry. Man, I jumped too soon. So yeah. Although now that, you know, I've said that they're not too hard, you gotta be careful, because now that means I'm probably gonna start struggling with them. Flower pot jumps. Actually, I guess they're more fence jumps than flower pot jumps. Flower pots are mostly just here to make us feel better about ourselves. Okay. Because I don't know how much you can jump on just the flower pots. Although I guess in the parkour map I did earlier today for a video, there was a large portion of just flower pot jumps. Yeah, once again, like with these trapdoors on the sides of the walls, I feel like once again that's another thing that's kind of the epitome of normal difficulty. What is the game wants to do there? This isn't like a... What? How in the world do they expect us to make that jump? Is there going to be an invisible block? Can't tell from down here. I keep just falling off the stinking door I'm on. I hate door jumps. Door jumps, depending on the situation, I feel like belong more so in the hard category. Yeah, there's an invisible block here. I knew it. But if there's invisible blocks below them, I guess they do kind of belong in the normal category. Or easy, even. Like, I feel like the door level they had was good for normal. Like, doors themselves don't particularly belong in one category over another, but depending on how the level's set up. And that one was definitely set up well for a normal difficulty. The campfire jumps do give you a timer, because you have to be done by the time that you would be dead. Okay, not too difficult to jumps, but not too easy. Once again, kind of the epitome of normal. Cactus jumps I feel like are easy. But I also guess that they are one of those kinds of jumps that, like, you gotta know what you're doing for them to be easy. If you have no clue what you're doing, then I guess they could be considered as a bit more difficult. But as long as you know what you're doing for following the tick timing, they're easy enough. These are definitely belong in normal. I'm legit just sitting here judging the map. I feel like that's, I don't know. Like, I found that I have a trend where I'm spending a lot of times, like, making judgments about maps as I'm playing through them. And I'm not sure whether or not I like that that's kind of where my parkour content's gone. Because on one hand, that is kind of the point of the parkour videos, is to, you know, make a judgment on how good the maps are. But for a large part, it's just to play through them and to have a good time. And make sure that those of you watching can have a good time while watching it too. I guess it just depends on whether I'm, you know, recording them more to go through the map and kind of give a bit of a review on the map, or if I'm just going through for the fun of it. Which I feel like as I've gotten a bit better at parkour, I'm 100%, like 100% it's a bit more to kind of critique the map, and at the same time focus on making myself better at parkour while doing it. Got the jumps made out of cauldrons. Yeah, pretty much just normal blocks. Okay, wither skeleton skulls. You know, in hindsight, like I initially called it out as maybe there'd be a skeletal or heads as part of the hard section, but in hindsight, it really is a normal difficulty jump with the heads. I don't know how I feel about enchant tables though. Okay, this section's really easy. Maybe you could make a case for kind of that last jump section that it isn't, but for the most part. Okay, now this is a bit harder to justify being in the normal section versus easy. like that. Wait, if they're adding 4-block jumps in now... Wait. What is going to be in the hard section? I'm getting more and more terrified of what's going to be in the hard section. Because, like, as time goes on, a lot of stuff that I was predicting for the hard section is showing up in the normal section, which is making me very scared for what's going to be in the actual hard section. Okay, we got invisible blocks here. I do appreciate when a map creator puts buttons or whatnot on invisible blocks to let you know where they're at. I find it highly obnoxious when they don't. I do find it interesting that this map needed 3 people to make it. I guess just from a size standpoint. Plus, they all did have different roles. But, like, 3 people for a map like this does seem excessive. Okay, now we got 2 Neos. Whoops. Fell at the end there. Maybe the hard section's gonna have, like, a bunch of double Neos and just insane stuff like that. Who knows? We should be starting to near it. I mean, it's been 16 minutes. And I don't know. I've been going through the levels pretty fast. I am kind of sad that they don't have any signs informing us of what level we're on. Oops. So we're just kind of forced to guess. I would like to kind of go up and take a look at approximately where we're at. But for the moment, I'm just going to focus on the parkour. Grindstones, yeah, they don't deal damage to you anymore when you stay on them. Didn't they used to? Wasn't that a thing? Didn't grindstones used to deal damage when you stood on them? I'm almost positive that's the case. Why did they remove that, though? Like, assuming I'm right and that is the case, why would they remove that? It seems like the sort of thing that makes sense. Were people complaining about the damage they dealt? Or am I going completely insane and they didn't deal damage in the first place? Okay, we're on to hard stuff. First things first, invisible block parkour. I mean, invisible block jumps like this aren't hard per se, but... Ah, here we go. Ice jumps. I hate these. Ice jumps are something that I feel like remains as a difficult kind of jump regardless of how good you get at parkour. Like, it's always going to haunt you. We got further cactus jumps. Easy enough. Hopper jumps, but pretty far away hopper jumps. Oops. So still take four block jumps in, but make it more difficult. Interesting tactic. I didn't jump in time. Okay, don't know why I climbed the ladder there. Okay, if I could sink and jump off of this hopper. Okay, there we go. Bam. 3 up. And then fit in there. And we got a simple double slime. I almost messed that up. Well, it's less so that I almost messed it up and more that the dumb slime mechanics messed me up. This is something that I'm very kind of, professed about, is that I hate the slime mechanics in Minecraft. The slime block mechanics. Like, I like the way that you jump up and stuff. Like, the blocks themselves and the way they work is fine, like, in theory, but the way that it was executed with, like, the way you take damage when you fall on the side of them and stuff like that, I feel like was poorly executed. Okay. Now we're officially in the hard section, which so far this looks like something that could have easily showed up in the normal section with the Neos, but then they got a 4-block jump with the Neo, so I guess that makes sense. Now we got head hitter jumps. Simple enough. I mean, I guess they're mostly putting in stuff that, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like the types of jumps themselves that are in this section could go in the normal, like head hitters and, you know, jumps where you have to be against the cactus. But because of like the difficulty of the other jumps around them, they kind of end up in the hard section instead. Now this section is definitely hard stuff with all these fences and stuff. This I feel like for sure belongs in the hard section. I don't know, I'm kind of overanalyzing it because of all the stuff I said during the normal section. And now it's become the main focus of this video. Okay. I guess that's kind of how I roll for my parkour videos, is find something to talk about it pretty thoroughly, and then, you know, if there's nothing to talk about, then focus on the map. That was close. Ladder. What about a ladder? What? Oh, there's a ladder on the other side of that. Okay, got it. Okay, I should not have tried to momentum that. That was stupid and a half. I wonder if they're going to put a double Neo in at any point. It looks like we're probably pretty... Yeah, we're pretty close to the end. I'm 100% going to fly up and take a look after we hit the end, just to take a look at all this. Yeah. Part of the reason, like, also, I've kind of changed the way I do parkour maps now compared to in the past. Like, I used to, like, cut out a lot of the failed parts, which part of that's simply that I used to fail a lot more than I do now. I've gotten a lot better compared to where I used to be. But, like, you know, I cut out a lot less and mostly just wing it and go from the start and just record till I hit the end without any breaks. For two reasons. One is the way I've started talking in them doesn't exactly leave room to go, alright guys, I'll catch you in a bit, and then, you know, go off. And also the other thing about it is I like knowing that it's very clear that I didn't cheat through any of the levels. For the most part. Because it's kind of like a point of pride for me that I do them legitimately. Like, I do remember or not remember, it was today. It sounded like it was a long time ago. But, like, for the Parkour Everything map, I ended up having to cheat to get to the end. Very sad. Broke my heart. And it was just to get up to the last jump, because like I failed at the last jump a couple times, and the checkpoints were so far apart, and I hit the point where I just couldn't make progress anymore in the level for some reason. Like I was broken. I think maybe the way I'm gonna have to do this is jump up to that second point. This is the first legitimately hard level in this map. Oh my goodness, how am I supposed to do this one? Like, these roundabout glass pane jumps are fine. There's one jump here. Okay, come on. My word. Yeah, for sure. Definitely matters. Jump I've dealt with, man. Jump's so difficult. It doesn't even feel like I'm getting close. Like, what is up with this? Why can't I get this? Okay, that's it. That's it. Take the side-to-side method to get momentum. I hit the wall. I'm going to be interested also for 1.18 to come out. Apparently, they're messing with sprinting to make it where you just kind of clip the wall so that it doesn't stop your sprint. I'm going to be very curious to see how that works out, and specifically how it affects parkour. Like, it'll 100% change roundabout sort of jumps. Neos. Might even be enough to make something like a triple neo actually feasible. Oh. But like for now, even when you just kind of graze against a wall, it completely messes up your sprinting. Okay. Yes! Press the button. Once again, the last jump's going to be the most difficult part. Woo! We did it. Last level. We got double Neos with ice. Or not double Neos, but 2 Neos. And there you have it. We get a room with a bunch of gold in it. I mean, not all that special, but it's here. There's 2 blocks here. Woo! Thank you for playing our map. Oh, I can't. Oh. I'm switching to stinking spectator mode. And my word, that's setting the weather to clear a lot. They could legit just turn off daylight cycle. Wow, and all they do for specials would be up there. Yeah, those were quite a few different parkour maps. My word, that looks like complex redstone for all it was. Why does it go all the way around like that instead of just going from there up to there? Like, if you want a longer delay, just tick both these out. You can get the entire delay you have set in just these 2 without these 5 here. And then once again, you have like 7 here. Sorry, 8. For the amount of delay you can put with 2. What? Okay, anyway. I'm not gonna let it bother me. This map was fun though. Like, besides that small minor detail. I think this is where it's setting the weather to click. No, it's just blinking through. I hate how these lights blink. Sorry, let's see it though. Roberto style main ideas. Okay. Angelo L, main builder, and Francois, builder. Okay, that makes sense. There's only really 2 guys that worked on it. One guy was just kind of the idea guy that, you know, probably hung out with them while they worked on it to help them get through. And the other 2 worked on it. I knew a guy that did some map creation stuff. Sometimes I'd be the kind of idea guy for him. Like, I'd hang out with him while he built the maps so he wasn't by himself. And I'd also give him ideas and stuff when he needed it. He sure said a lot of stuff just to start the map. Anyway, guys, I'd like to thank you all so much for watching. This map was really interesting. It was fun. I mean, it wasn't like anything spectacular? Yeah, it wasn't anything super amazing, but it was fun. And that's ultimately what's important, right? Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are interested, go check out the map yourself. I'd like to thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. God bless. Bye-bye.